What's up, guys? 4th and 26 Philly Sports back with another quick video. Got Dirty Mike and Cobbs Creek Beef as always with us. It is finally here, Beef, opening day of spring training. How you feel about that?
Just stick your nose in the air, kid. You can smell the grass. Put your face into the mitt and you can taste the glove
Yes,
and
sir.
the leather.
Um, all right, so we had two games today. We had a split squad game. They split the split, beating the Yankees 7-4 and losing to the Tigers 4-2. But as always with these kind of games, pitching's going to be ahead of hitting at this point. Hitting the baseball is one of the hardest things in sports. That's why people that are drafted don't just go right to the major league team like with other sports. They got to pay their dues and make it all the way through the minor leagues. But it's just good to have baseball back. Nobody get injured, and just kind of see where we're at after a pretty unexpected run this year. How you feeling about the squad this year?
I'm feeling, dude. Let me tell you, I'm excited. I'm feeling optimistic. It's funny that you had mentioned paying your dues because even after you get injured, you still got to pay your dues to get back to the point that you were at,
Absolutely, you really
depending
do.
on the length and severity of your injury. Friggin' they got Bryce Harper dry swinging today. He's not
Yeah.
even swinging that. So I'm just saying, you got to start. Even if you're a superstar, you still got to start at the bottom again and work your way up.
Yeah, he's looking like he's a couple weeks ahead of schedule from reports that I was reading. So, they just need to kind of tread water, a couple games above 500 as good as they can, over the first, 4 months of the year and see if they can get him back maybe by July, before it's too late. But what I wanted to talk to you about is the rule changes. It already came into play today. The Braves actually lost on a walk-off walk as a result of the pitch clock rule change. You want to say anything about the rule changes? How you feel about it, or what you think?
Sure, I'll field this one. Very simple. I actually have to say that I think this is a little better for baseball. It's one of the things that the considerations that baseball never had was a clock. There was never managed by time. So I think in this world where things are going a little faster paced, I don't mind if a game's maybe 20 minutes shorter. It'll add up over the months as they go on. And I don't think the rule changes are very severe or very dramatic to begin with, but I know that the umps are giving the batters and the pitchers warnings. They're telling them, all right, listen, you got 3 seconds left. And then, at that point, it's up to the batter. The batter's going to have to make a decision whether they want to take a pitch, or the pitcher has his decision whether he can throw to first base twice. I think the third after
Yeah,
that, it's a balk.
it
So, I
is.
mean, it's going to add another level of strategy, another layer to think about when you're on the field. Shifts illegal, but you can still shift outfield players. So if you
Right.
want to take a chance, move your left field, player up 30, 25 feet. I mean, if you can get someone to pop one over his head, that's triple for days. You can crawl a third base. So I mean,
You can.
I like how they're rearranging some of the tenets of baseball that have been around for 100 plus years. I think it's good, it's refreshing, and it might draw younger viewership.
Yeah, that's really the problem. I think baseball was always like the generation before us. They were really big into baseball, and and we've been into baseball as well, especially live. But it gets boring to watch a game for 3.5 hours. It's just way too long of a game, and you got to keep it moving. I can't stand when I watch a pitcher step off the mound 2 or 3 times and then throw it over to first base 4 or 5 times, and then you end up having a minute and a half between even pitches. It's crazy. So I used to live right outside of Clearwater, where the Phillies spring training team was their single A team, the Clearwater Threshers, and we would go to about 5 or 10 games a year, and they've been doing the pitch clock for several years now.
Yeah,
So
yeah, this is
they
the first time they've done it in the majors.
yeah, yeah. So they have been doing it in the minors for a while. And I got to tell you, it was a nice, quick, tidy game. The game would move. And I'm telling you, you go to a you go to a you go to a minor league game in Florida in June or July, and it is so hot that you want the game to end by a certain point. I mean, you are roasting, especially the way Bright House Field was. I think it's Spectrum Field now. The sun would just beat right down onto you until it crossed over behind home plate, like right around sunset. But I mean, it would be terrible. But they keeping the game going, keeping it flowing, kind of kept you interested in it. When the heat was on. But I think it's going to only do nothing but good. I don't know about the bigger bases. I don't really, understand that one too much. But we'll see.
I think it's supposed to cut down on injuries. Now, that's going to make your catcher have to really focus on his throws at second and third. I mean,
Yep.
those things have got to be lasers, and they got to be right on line as for leg sliders, for head first sliding. Like it's got to be like they're going to have to work out some serious timing. You're going to have to work on pitch outs. They're going to have to work on full count, like some sort of like trickery. I mean, it's going to have to. Pitchers and catchers are going to have to really work out timing, and they're going to have to be very, almost telepathic towards each other.
Yeah. Well, the good news is we have the best catcher in the league with JT Realmuto. He is by far the best catcher in the league. So, I definitely view that as a huge advantage going into the season, for the Phillies. So, like I said, if they can tread water for a few months until we get Bryce Harper back, I think it's unrealistic for people to think that, he's going to come back and he's going to step right into the form that he was at the end of last year. I think people are going to be, I think people are going to be very disappointed with that because, it takes time to build that timing. And, hopefully by September, he will start to get that back and, start to peak at the right time of the year like they did last year. And, hopefully we can get another, big run at the end.
Especially with a few new faces in the clubhouse. I think new pitching, base on base guys. I think new running, new life in general on the team with the new. I know he's not a new manager, but this is his first full year.
Yeah.
Coupled with that, I'm excited and I'm ready to, I'm ready to watch this team, Foods.
Absolutely. Can't wait. All right, guys. Well, that concludes our video. We just wanted to go over a little bit of spring training, some of the rule changes for this upcoming year. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Leave any comments how you feel the Phillies are going to do this year. Was last year an aberration or, is this going to be the new norm for the Phillies? All right, guys. We'll be back with another video shortly. Have a great night.
Let's hear from you, fam. Have a good weekend.
All right.